Pickles that you ain't heard about the great deals we got going on down here at Trans Vintage Shoppers right now in Loves Park. How about 6 months of winter storage for only $200? We also got a bunch of great deals on custom parts too. With our full machine shop, we make everything right here in-house. Handlebars, exhausts, sissy bars, frames, we do it all. We're your one-stop shop. So give us a call at 815-978-1228 and let us know what we can do for you. Trans Vintage Shoppers, built with pride, built to ride.
Hello, my name is Alex, but my friends call me Tombstone. And I've been given an opportunity to talk about a great custom merchandise company called Dirty Sam Productions. It's a company that some fellow veterans and I have started. We produce all kinds of custom and promotional merchandise, only using the highest quality that we can find for you. We believe that you should be giving your ideas the life they deserve by working with our graphic designers to extract them from your brain. Get a free quote by emailing us at dirtysam86@gmail.com. That's dirtysam, the numbers 86 @gmail.com. And we'll give your ideas the life they deserve.
This is Butch Popeye Moss with Texas Biker Radio, Defenders of the Constitution. We have a new YouTube channel, Texas Biker Radio. Join us, subscribe. Thank you for listening.
Hey, how you doing? This is New York with Out of the Box, OUTTADA, boxclothingandproducts.com. We make custom t-shirts and other apparel. We have UMA shirts, motorcycle shirts, hoodies and tees, fitness-related shirts, inspirational wear, custom watches, and almost anything else you can think of. And if we don't have what you like, just shoot us a message and we'll bring your own ideas to life. Contact us. Take it easy.
Ladies and gentlemen,
don't wanna fuck with.
Your mouth all glued up with connie juice, I asked you a question.
Oh my god, this girl's really turning me on.
Suck me sideways.
Are you gonna pull those pistols and whistle Dixie?
you're about to witness a seismic event. Now, let the party begin.
Your healthy radio addiction starts now.
Hollywood's Motorcycle Madhouse on iHeartRadio.
And welcome everyone to Motorcycle Madhouse. I want to thank everybody for coming and joining us today. How's everyone in the chat room? How you guys doing? Jose, Ironhead, Sinister, Long Rider, and well, we're just coming off a great Friday benefit. We really appreciate you guys' help with Neon's benefit. It was a hell of a time. We got to see Sinister and Spider-Man came and seen us. But most of all, I would really love to say thanks for all the donations and all that good stuff. And at the bottom of my heart, especially a shout out to Long Rider for what he did with his donation. And true to his word, he did match what we raised. And it was a great showing for our YouTubers. You guys did freaking fantastic. Awesome stuff, man. And it makes being a biker, the best thing in the world because we all come together and help each other. Today, we are going to be talking about the Mongols because I think a lot of people are confused what's going on with all that kind of stuff going. And I'm really happy, actually, the Mongols attorney, Steven, came out and made a video about what is happening right now with the case. And, because you got a lot of experts going out there trying to say, okay, this is going to happen, or that's going to happen. But in reality, there's 3 steps that have to happen, and the government has to win in order to be able to take the Mongols trademark. So all you guys that are out there cheerleading the government, because, you know what, I actually cannot believe how many people are actually out there freaking cheerleading the government, man, and you guys claim to be a biker. But anyway, let's take a quick look at the attorneys. Now, this is just an excerpt of the video with some main points, The main video, you can there's a link in the bottom of the description box on YouTube, and I'll actually put it over on the Facebook one. And by the way, with the Facebook chat, I don't know what it is with the service, but I can't see your guys' chats when they come in. So I don't know what the hell's up with Restream right now. If you guys haven't already subscribed, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscription button. That helps us, and give us a like on that video, or dislike if you think I'm a prick, but it still helps us either way. But let's take a look at this real quick.
3 things. They have to go through all 3 phases and be successful in all 3 phases. They get to take the patch. Number 1, the substantive RICO. Or RICO conspiracy. They had to get a jury to say beyond a reasonable doubt that Mongols nation committed RICO or was in a conspiracy to commit RICO. That's number 1, and they did that, and I'll explain that in a minute. Number 2, they then have to prove a nexus under preponderance of the evidence. They have to show the jury that there was a nexus or a connection between the patch and the RICO or substantive RICO. And if the government passes that one as well, then it goes on to the third. And the third is the First Amendment challenge. Now, Judge Carter has already issued a First Amendment ruling and dismissed this case on First Amendment grounds because the wearing of patches and the group having these patches is protected by the First Amendment. And Judge Carter, who's a fantastic judge, the best I've ever seen, he said that. However, it got appealed to the Ninth Circuit, and the Ninth Circuit didn't overrule him. What they did is they said that issue isn't ripe until after the forfeiture stage. And so they basically said, you didn't do this at the right time. You have to give the government a shot. You've got to give the opportunity for the government to prove their case. Then if it passes the substantive phase, if it passes the forfeiture phase, then you can decide First Amendment, and then the Ninth Circuit can hear any appeals, or even the Supreme Court. So, this is a novel case. This is the very first time the government has ever charged RICO on an organization without naming any individuals in the indictment. So they had already convicted people of doing everything that's included inside this RICO indictment, but they decided to take the extra step to spend millions and millions of dollars to go after the patch. Okay, so let's talk about what happened in the last 6 weeks. It was pretty much a 6-week trial. The jury deliberated for 7 days, and the verdict came back guilty. However, there were charges in the indictment of both acts outside of when Rubin-Kavazos was president of the Mongols, and acts during when Rubin-Kavazos was president of the Mongols. And we're talking about, if you look it up, it's called Black Rain. It was an investigation by the ATF into the Mongols Motorcycle Club when Rubin-Kavazos was president. Now here's what's important. The Mongols Motorcycle Club polices itself. The Mongols Motorcycle Club has a constitution that says you cannot use the patch for your own personal gain. It's something that's extremely important to them. It's sacrosanct because that patch represents brotherhood. That patch represents brothers who have died, brothers who are alive, their connection. There's a military history.
And that was the Mongols lawyer right there. As you can see, there's 3 different steps that they got to go through, and the government has to win each one of those steps. The first one, they just won round 1. Then there's the second step with his forfeiture, and then the third, which, as the lawyer already said, they already lost the first time around, but, the Ninth Circus of appeals that I call them, because let's just face it, man, the Ninth Circus Court is a joke. I don't even call it a circuit. It is a circus court. They have been overridden, 70% of the time by the Supreme Court of the United States. These are the ones that actually came down with the ruling that if you're a medical marijuana patient, you cannot own a gun or have a Second Amendment right. So, you know what? This court's a joke. But they already won the first time around on the third where it was the First Amendment. So the judge, like the lawyer said, the judge is already on that side. And for those that are actually out there, you know, applauding the first win by the government, again, what are you on? Especially some of you that claim to be against the government, then all of a sudden you're for the government doing what they do. And, you know, tomorrow we'll be talking, actually, because that was going to be a subject for today, was the patch police thing, because we've been getting more and more and more questions. And yeah, we'll debate it, we'll discuss it. And here's the thing, if you want to debate that thing, then debate it like an adult. Don't be an idiot out there, because I've gotten comments where people said, well, if they did this to me, I'd have a concealed carry, blah, blah, blah. No, you ain't going to do nothing, okay? You know, that's one thing that social media does, is give you these big balls. Big balls, I call them. But when you're on the street, it's a whole different thing. So if you want to debate it like a damn adult. You know, send in good points so, you know, people can actually go back and forth and debate the issue. But another thing, let's see here, that came in from Double D, and I loved this article, and I got the full one over on the radio podcast that I just put out. But I'll read a couple excerpts from the article, so you get a little better idea with the lawyer and stuff like that. Because it's real important that rumors and speculation and the internet don't take over on what's really going on out there. And by the way, Save the Patch shirts. Tombstone over at Dirty Sam Productions have just put them out. I think they're like $10. Another $2 for bigger sizes than extra large and stuff like that. So they're ready to go over there. So if you want to get Save the Patch t-shirts, I already grabbed one. And looking forward to seeing it and all that good jive. But if you want to support the cause, let's grab some shirts. But let's talk to Double D's article here. Mongols Nation found guilty. And I like how he really put it. And it was actually the title of this session of Motorcycle Madhouse was, in reality, what this court ruling said was every Mongol, every single patch holder was guilty of RICO. That's what this was saying. Now, it's kind of funny. In the United States, we're always crying about the Bill of Rights and the Constitution. And you got these people that are supporting the government who are now saying, oh yeah, people who never got convicted of a crime, well, they're convicted of RICO now because that's what this jury said. They don't know what the hell they're talking about, really. They don't. You know what? They're, what is it? We used to call them jailhouse lawyers, but they're quasi-freaking experts in nothing, basically. But let's see here. On December 13th, this is when it happened, the Mongols Nation, defined as all full-patch members of the Mongols Motorcycle Club, was found guilty by a federal district court in Southern Cal under the Federal RICO Act. And if you guys don't know what RICO is, man, I could do a whole damn video on what RICO is, man. It's a joke. It was you know, at first it was started for the mob and all that kind of stuff. You know, if you listen to the rest of this lawyer's video, even he says it. It was never intended to be freaking against motorcycle clubs or any other kind of organizations but the mob and stuff. But yeah, RICO is something else. The Mongols Motorcycle Gang is defined by the federal government. Now, this came out of the indictment. as all patch members, prospects, and associates. So now even associates of the club, not even patch, not even hang around, not even prospects, are now considered a part of the gang, according to the prosecutor out in Southern Cal. This has been going on since 2002, has committed crimes ranging from drug dealing to murder, and they've been going after the patch. And I don't think everybody understands this. They've been doing this since 2008, trying this game of trying to get the Mongols patch. And if that ain't freaking harassment, what is? Tell me what is, really. 2008, you're looking at 10 years of this stuff, and the only reason why this started was because that rat Dr. Bakos, turned. He thought he could sign over something that wasn't his. So that's one of the arguments that are being put up, because it wasn't his to give. No one goes to jail in this. Despite the guilty verdict, no one's going to be incarcerated as a result of this verdict, and this is a RICO verdict. Usually with RICO, you're getting 25 to life on each count, but nobody in this whole damn thing is going to jail right now. So you tell me that. Then it goes on with the personal guilt in the First Amendment. Double D says, beyond the immediate impacts to the Mongols MC, the U.S. Attorney's theory of prosecution compromises important judicial principles, such as the doctrine of personal guilt, guilt by association, and fundamental concepts of the First Amendment, association and expression. So throw all that out. That is what the prosecution is saying in this. And it's funny, the prosecution in this whole thing was attacking the biker lifestyle, moreover, the club lifestyle. They were using terms that haven't been used since the late 70s, 80s, 90s, and practices that were using back then, but, they were throwing it out there. So they cannot stand the way the club culture is. And it was evident in what they were arguing during this whole damn thing. And this article, it's a really damn good article. You can actually see it on the Motorcycle Profiling Project. Double D he's amazing, man. He puts in tireless. He is just, he works like a freaking animal on this kind of stuff. And he really does good by the motorcycle club community. And I'm really glad that the Mongols lawyer put that out, because you have all these experts out there, and a lot of these experts never put a patch on, and they don't know what the hell they're talking about. So what it does is muddy up the waters on the internet, and it gets the rumor mill going in on the street. Basically what it is a Tasmanian devil spinning all over the damn place, kicking up dust, and confusing the hell out of everybody. Because right now you got some of these idiots out there, the Mongols are losing their... You got 3 freaking things that you got to do. The government has to win, and they've already lost one of them before they can even get to the patch. If it was that easy to take somebody's trademark or logo, everybody should be damn worried. Now, let's talk about trademarks and stuff like that. The trademark is something that has to be used. And this is by copyright lawyers, all that stuff. And a lot of them came out and said, they don't see how this is going to happen. But let's say this happens to the Mongols. Now, say Microsoft goes out there and their board commits crime. Because we know, look at Enron, for Christ's sake, what happened there. What, is the government able to take a business's trademark from them? Just because a couple or a few or some of the people within that organization committed crimes. So everybody else outside that never did any of that shit, they get punished for it? That's not America. That might be Oz, but that's not here in the United States. And down in Texas, We actually have that going on right now, for Christ's sakes. You know, it's like the epicenter down in Texas. Them boys, them guys, those clubbers, there's one video that is out there that's running around where a cop actually pulls somebody over going to school because he has club colors on and says, hey, we got to take your pictures, we got to put you in the database, all that kind of stuff. You know, what the hell is that? You know? But you know what I do know? That's the same government. And I don't know if you guys heard this or not, but this one had had me in flames. But that's the same government that wants to charge a former Green Beret for the killing of an Afghan bomb maker that killed 2 U.S. Marines. Now, here's the story, and this one I got to read out, so yeah, I'm reading on the screen. A former Army commando has been charged with murder for allegedly hunting down an Afghan militant suspected in killing 2 Marines and fatally shooting the man before destroying his remains. Major Matthew, his last name I'm not going to even chop up. A once decorated Green Beret tracked down the suspected terrorist in 2010 when the man was released from U.S. custody. So, you know, released this dude. He was a bomb maker and he killed 2 of our guys. After being detained for setting off the explosion at a bazaar in southern Afghan city of Marja. An Army Special Operations Command spokesman told Fox News on Friday that sufficient evidence exists to warrant charges against him. Really? He blew up a terrorist. He killed them. That is war. That was his job as a Green Beret, was to kill the enemy. An enemy that killed 2 U.S. Marines. Now, our Green Beret he can face the death penalty for this. Yes, it's all over the news right now, and it's got me butt freaking going. Let me tell you, this country is so out of damn whack, it is pitiful. It's a joke. Really, what the hell are we doing here, people? A Green Beret, in a time of war, kills this son of a bitch, and now he's being charged. It makes no sense whatsoever. And the 2 Marines killed were Sergeant Jeremy R. McQuarrie. He was 27 years old. And Lance Corporal Larry M. Johnson. He was 19 years old. A baby. 19 years old. And our Green Beret kills this son of a bitch. And now our government thinks he should be charged. Are you kidding me? That's what's wrong with this country, man. It really is. We send these guys into war to win. When you're in war, you don't set all these kinds of freaking conditions. You know, that's one thing that happened in Vietnam. And I used to hear the guys that went to Vietnam talk about this all the time. About how they were restricted by this or restricted to do that. They couldn't do this, couldn't do that. Basically, we're being told you can't win the war. Now you got that going on back in 2010. Okay, we all know who was as president in 2010. But I'm not going to even get into the politics of it. But again, it was happening over and over again. We're charging a guy who went and did his freaking job for his country. They took his medals away. Unreal. But they're going over to prosecute him because he killed 2 of our people. Oh my God. You know what? It's all asinine. That's just like, you know what? Another funny story that came up. And CNN, MSNBC, they're all over the freaking place with this story. I guess Miss Spain, a transgender person, you know, I'm not going to say it, but claims she was a woman before having a vagina. Now, last time I checked, a woman has that pink taco down there. And I know us guys love them pink tacos, but that is the state of the world today. This dude actually said, having a vagina does not make a woman. I am a woman and already was before my birth. And that is Miss Spain. She didn't win the Miss Universe, thank God. Which I'm surprised because of how PC this whole world's became. You know, Generation X, and I actually think it's my generation. You guys are idiots. You ruined the world, man. You went all PC on everybody. It's a joke. Really, it is. It's a damn joke what you did to this country, what our generation's doing to this world. You know, that's why I always loved the Vietnam generation. I always loved the freaking, what's it called, the World War II generation. But to say a woman don't need a vagina, come on, man. Idiot. Anyway, if you guys want to call in, it is 847-957-1656. Let me know what you guys think of everything that's going around in this world, because it seems like it's going to hell right now. It really does. Oh, let me check in on here into our chat room. Lori, how you doing, my girl? Aunt, how you doing? Dan, Sinister. You know what? That was a hell of a time, Sinister, man. You and Spider-Man coming down, I really appreciated that. Sinister, he drove 2.5 hours up to it, and boy, did the weather suck on Friday, man. The fog was just hideous. You could cut it with a freaking knife. It was nasty, man, nasty. But you guys braved it, and it was a hell of a time, let me say, with everything that went down. Great show. We had Germany on. She was from that the Guardians, I think it is. I got to look it up, but don't quote me. But she was awesome. She was there. We had Neon, of course. We had I want to thank all the clubs that came out. The support Neon's benefit. That meant a lot to them and all that good stuff. The weather sucks in Michigan. You should see it right now. Actually, it was not. It's not that bad right now, but Friday really sucked. You know, the only thing was Sinister, man. He didn't bring me any damn hot dogs. Now here I am in the middle of Bufu, Egypt, and the freaking it just sucked. The food out here sucks. So I was, but anyway, it was awesome seeing Sinister. Let's see here, Korean Mick, former 31B. Sadly, we have too many rules that protect the enemy. I understand rules of war, but if you open that door, I'm using it too. And you know what? That is one thing, Korean Mick, that I don't understand is, what are you doing putting rules on our soldiers here? They're there to kill the enemy. There is no nice way of saying it. Kill or be killed. And, it really, what the story was the 2 Marines that got killed. One being 19 was just a damn baby. Yeah, he's old, he's an adult, 18 and all that. But 19 years old, man, he didn't even get to freaking stick his freaking pole into a couple women, man. He didn't get a chance to do that. He didn't get a chance to grow. And for our country to actually go and do something like this is unfreaking real, man. It's just, where the hell is this country coming to? That's just like the Mongols thing. This shit's been going on since 2008. 10 years of this. How many millions of dollars has been blown on this stuff? They already lost it once. They already know they got to win on 3 points of that argument. So what the hell? It's like, what are we doing here? California ain't the best with controlling its money, let me tell you. But they're good at wasting it on this kind of BS. I guess Trump said he's going to be looking into the case, and that's one thing I actually said on my personal social media is, Trump, you need that pardon shit now, or get on somebody's ass in the DOD and get rid of this shit now, man. If not, man, you to go to hell. Because if you're going to let one of our guys go down and claim that you're all about the military, and in his tweet, he even called him a war hero, so what's the problem? Drop these charges, get them gone, man. There ain't no reason for any of this bullshit, if you ask me. So, if you guys want to call in, go ahead and call in, 847-957-1656. Have a chat. What do we got going on out here? Jimmy Tricky Loco. SYLM, Save the Patch, rock and roll. Ironhead, rock and roll. He was a kid, man. He was just a freaking baby. Lori, hell yeah. Am I right, Lori, man? To be a woman, you gotta have the pink taco. That's just what I'm saying, man. That's what I thought. You have to have a pink taco to be a woman. Plus this Miss Bain, she was fugly, dude. Ugh. Fugly. Let's see here. Caught some of your live benefit on Friday. It was great. Weather up here in Northern Ontario sucked Friday. Also, and still all over the place. Great show tonight. Thanks, Tawana. I feel sorry for all you up in Canada, man. I'm always crying and whining about how cold it is over here in Northern Illinois. Up in Canada, holy cow, I can just freaking imagine. Larry, Hermanos, red and gold support. Keep getting the info out. Lose one from Workhorse. Rock and roll, my man, rock and roll. Yeah, we're going to keep on getting the info out there because there's a lot of misinformation going out through the mainstream media. And let's see what we got here. You're on air.
Hey, what's up, Hollywood?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey,
what's up, Dan?
Hey, man, I just want to say something about all this PC bullshit fucking rules that we have in this world. The military, they have to wait for certain things to happen before they can react. My fucking uncle would be rolling, and my grandfather would be rolling in their graves right now if they had to worry about that shit back during Vietnam and the fucking World War II era. Fuck. Bunch of bullshit.
It's just nasty, man. How can we put freaking restrictions on our soldiers that are going to war for us?
You want to know why, Hollywood? It's because we're going to kick their fucking asses and they got to put a fucking chain on us because we're the fucking masters and we'll destroy their asses. So they know they got to rein back the boys because the boys want blood. That's why. Fuck those fucking...
Well, what's sad is, you put somebody... you got Russians, you got Chinese, man. If we ever have to go against them, man, I don't think we'll be ready because everything's getting PC, man. Them guys are like Genghis freaking Kong out there, man. They don't give a shit. Our military's supposed to be there to kill, to win, not to charge one of our own.
Yeah, no shit, dog. Hey, the fucking Chinese are already here, pal. And the fucking Russians, you can just go to Vegas. They've already got their fucking boys stuck up over there doing their own bullshit. But, all these different genders? Oh, dude, what the fuck? I mean, my God, you go to a bar and you got some fucking tranny? Who the fuck is not going to beat the shit out of a tranny if they come onto them and don't let them know what time it is? I don't know about you, dude, but it's a done deal when that shit happens.
Hey, man, you know what? Last time I checked, man, and, I did check with one of our... people in the chat room, I thought you needed a pink taco to be a woman, man. Where's this dude get off saying you don't need a freaking pink taco to be a woman? See, I love everything about women. I love the way they smell, I love the way they feel, and I especially like that pink taco. So without the pink taco, man, I don't think they're freaking a woman.
Well, exactly. But anyhow, hey, other than that, fucking save the patch, and I hope everything goes well for these guys. And shit, dude. It's nice and Cali, just to let y'all know.
Oh, you suck, man. I appreciate you coming on, Dan, and catching the chat room, my man.
Man.
Oh, whoever was calling from Illinois, you can call right now, man. I'm back off, and like I said, man, I wish I had multiple lines where I could put everybody on hold and stuff. That way, I didn't get you guys a voicemail, but gosh, man, that stuff is expensive to get one of them. But let's see who we actually had Let's see, calling in here. I'll call him back. I gotta call him back. See what's up. Watch me in some bill collector. Oh, here we go. Fuckery, fuck.
Oh?
Yeah, this is Hollywood. You're on the air.
Hey, Hollywood, it's Spire.
Spire, my man. What's up, buddy?
Oh, no, buddy. Well, on some of these topics here, I'm not going to get into all this hyperbole and semantics like some of these dudes, because it really just bogs down the conversation. But the culture war that we've been fighting, it's been going on now for a good 20, 25 years.
Right.
And it's not getting any. We're not going first. So as far as like the Mongols, when you go through all of it and what they're trying to do, it goes back to years ago. It's all public relations. When in '69 in Altamont, when that happened, they had to build up a whole new public relations because it just went sideways. Took them 10 years. Then you had the infiltration. That caused another public relations. And now here we are, but the culture war, that's the part that's getting everybody now. This culture war is getting worse, and they are winning. And when it comes down to it, what are we going to do?
Right. Well, you know, with their culture war, you know, one of the biggest things that they were trying to fight us with, or not us, but, you know, the biker community as a whole in this court case was the culture. You know, I guess these yuppie pricks didn't like how things worked in the culture, and that's just too damn bad if you ask me. But they were trying to use that with the jury and stuff, and the jury actually fell for it because of the times that we're in.
Exactly. That's where it is. Well, it's been 10 years. This is why they went forward the way they did, is because they were waiting for that sympathetic jury. Now with, oh, you can't say this, or your symbolisms offend me. You know, it's got to a point where they can get a sympathetic ear. Right. And now that they got the sympathetic ear, they're going to do it.
Exactly.
You know, and it's sad, just due to the fact that, okay, like I said, the whole culture thing is weird. That's like years ago we talked about how the rallies were a good thing. Well, how did all these posers and rugs get us kicked out easily? Money.
Well, yeah, the corporate sponsors and all that. That's why I really don't go to these big rallies anymore. I like, oh, I got a Texas call, Spider-Man. I got to get off with you real quick, buddy. You're gonna love this one. I'll talk to you in a while. You're on the air.
Hey, tell me Mel Robbins has already called in.
Hey, what's up there, Popeye? How you doing?
I'm late, but I'm doing good.
Hey, everyone, this is Popeye Moss. Is OG on the phone with us?
No, he's not.
Okay, well, we got Popeye Moss. He's from Texas Biker Radio. If you guys don't know who Popeye Moss is, man, you guys are out in another freaking planet. You're in Twilight Zone and shit. He's our special guest today. He just got a new YouTube channel up and going, but he has been doing Texas Biker Radio for some time. And he led the charge against Abel Reyna and what was going on with all the Waco stuff like that. And this guy this is what all of us look up to is Popeye. He has led the way in this business in biker radio. Let me tell you, he is also a member of the Sons of Liberty, right, Popeye?
Yes, Sons of Liberty MC. Sons of Liberty Riders.
Sons of Liberty Riders MC. So we're just talking right now, Popeye, about this case against the Mongols. We just heard from the attorney and stuff like that through his video, the 3 different things that the government has to win. And I'm actually quite surprised how many bikers are pulling for the government in this. And, you know, we all know why, you know, they couldn't make it in the scene, but it's just unreal because I remember bikers, there used to be a line in the sand that we never crossed.
Exactly. And, you know, many people don't understand that this eventually affects them. It eventually gets around to everybody, like it's doing here in Texas now.
Well, you guys are the epicenter in Texas right now, Popeye. Jesus, I just early in the show was talking about that one video where that kid was going to school, and just because he had a cut on, they took him off and started photographing him and everything. But Texas, my God, it's like the epicenter right now of profiling.
It is. We've got it going on. As a matter of fact, just heard about another one this morning. You know, he was even he was on the side of the road. He thought a police officer was stopping to help him, and instead the police officer started chewing him out, started carrying on, read the riot act to him, and you know, just ended up taking him to jail for ticketable offenses.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That just happened this morning?
Just happened this morning. Yeah.
And
absolutely incredible.
That's messed up. Now, a lot of people don't understand because they're a little confused about the Senate resolution about the motorcycle profiling. Now, that ain't law. That's just a resolution. Am I right?
That's just a resolution. Has no teeth in it. It's a suggestion by the Senate, just like it was for the House. You know, they did the same thing there.
Now, how do you think it's going to move on to a law? I think that'd be, you know, an uphill battle there.
It's got to be in each state that it's done, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be in the state. Like here in Texas, we've got to get some type of motorcycle profiling law passed here. And, you know, we're busy collecting evidence. We asked everybody, hey, if you're stopped, video them.
Mm-hmm.
In Texas, you have the right to video law enforcement. As long as you're not interfering with their job, you have the right to video them.
Mm-hmm. Now, you know, I'd take it one step further because you know how cops are. I'd actually tell everybody to get, like I did in one of my shows, get it one of them streaming apps where you can stream it right onto the internet in case they grab your phone and try to get rid of the evidence. You know, take a Facebook app or something like that and stream it live.
We've said the same thing. You know, one of the streaming, you know, the YouTube, Facebook, any app, like you said, that puts it out live. It's the best thing to do.
Right. Now, you were actually there at the stockyards. Can you tell the audience about that? That was something else.
We happened to be going, well, the newspapers here and the police put out a bulletin that talked about the Mongols going to the stockyard, going to hold a rally there. And, well, we decided, well, let's go there and see how the police are behaving because they've been, their recent history. So we were on our way over to the stockyards to kind of see what was going on. We saw a bunch of police officers gathered up outside of Wilson's Leather Goods there in Fort Worth. And so I said, let's stop here and see what's going on, see if we can get in. And we walked right in, past the police officers, past everybody else, walked right into the store. And next thing we knew, they were yelling, hands up. This one police officer. And it was the Mongols MC. He was reading them the riot act, just like happened this morning, telling them that, hey, Fort Worth is our town. And, you know, we're going to stop you and put you in jail for just any minor offense, like not putting your foot down at a stop sign. We're going to take you to jail. And so, actually, one police officer, as he told them to put their hands up, he actually, well, when one of them couldn't put his arm up high enough because he had a torn rotator cuff, he got over behind him and asked him about his arm, pulled a gun on him. with an 8-year-old child in the room, a little 8-year-old girl. And of course, she started crying, and then we started asking questions. We started saying, "Hey, what are you doing? What they do, they're complying. Why are you behaving the way you're behaving? And motorcycle clubs aren't gangs." And we just started in on them, and of course, the Mongols MC members have to give them credit. They kept their cool. They were complying with everything they said without a word.
Right.
And then they marched them outside because they didn't want to. They got tired of hearing us, I guess. But they took them outside where we could no longer interfere with what they were doing. Their attention eventually turned to us as we kept on about it. In the end, they were profiling them. And they did take 2 Mongols MC prospects to jail. They have a right to carry in Missouri, and in Texas they should be honoring that law. But they took their weapons and took them to jail, and they were released later on. And I think they're I don't know if that's been come to a resolution or not yet. More than likely not.
Now, wasn't there a case where a deputy or something like that actually on the spot declared, I don't know if it was the Banditos or one of their support clubs, an actual gang, and they got convicted? This guy didn't have any criminal history or any of that for a gun?
That was in El Paso, and it was a Bandito, yes. It's a true story.
Now, how is that even making it through the court system right now?
We feel that they'll win that on appeal. Mm-hmm. There'll be another trial where that will be that conviction will be overturned. But he had everything. He had the gun. He had a permit. I mean, he was legal as far as it goes to carry a concealed weapon, and that should have been honored, mm-hmm. whether he's a bandito or not.
Right.
Because he'd been properly vetted by the state.
Mm-hmm.
So he should have been good to go.
Now, for those, and this is the biggest question that I get on this program all the time, is why should independent bikers care what's going on with the clubbers as far as this government and the Mongol thing?
Well, just like I said, because it eventually spills over on to the independent bikers, anybody on the road. I mean, just think, if they actually took everybody's patch away, if they actually did that, can you tell who's who? They would be having to stop every biker on the road because there's no longer a patch.
Right.
To see who's who. And also in the case of here in Texas, what we have going on right now, after that thing happened with the Mongols, the Fort Worth police kept on harassing people and stopping them as they were leaving Wilson's Leather Goods. And guess what? Some of them didn't even wear patches. They were harassed because they went into a leather goods shop.
Mm-hmm. Man.
So, we call them road police officers. Every police department has them. These guys that are overzealous, they're bullies with badges, and they'll take things up another level. Mm-hmm. It's like motorcycle clubs. We police our own. And, I've over the last 3 years, longer, we've heard motorcycle club hierarchy say, hey, if you got bad apples, get rid of them.
Right.
Get rid of them.
Because it brings too much heat on everybody else.
Exactly. And what happens with law enforcement, you have to force them to get rid of their bad actors.
Right. Exactly. Now, a lot of these people don't understand what happened in Waco. There was, over 177 people. Most of those cases have been dropped now. They were just innocent bystanders that got charged and caught up and then their lives destroyed.
Exactly. Actually, that first night they took about 190 people to jail
without any investigation.
Without any proper investigation by the police, which are really have the professional investigators, not a DA's office. So there never was, and we still feel there never has been a proper investigation done over that. There's now 27 people left that are actually may face a trial. We don't feel anybody should be tried because they screwed it up so bad.
Yeah, I can't see how they can win on any kind of appeal if they do get a conviction with how bad it was screwed up.
My last message to Barry Johnson, who defeated Abel Renda, was, hey, my advice to you is to try somebody that's actually guilty of a crime. instead of like they tried to do, it was with hundreds of innocent people.
Right. Now
they did not participate in a parking lot fight.
Right. Now, how is that moving forward with Gary Johnson? He takes office in January?
It should be around January 9th. I think it's somewhere around that date. Yeah. Wow. He takes office then.
So how is he going to move forward on everything?
So I really don't have any idea. Like I said, my suggestion to him was to try somebody that's guilty, actually guilty of a crime, because there are some people that are guilty. There's no doubt about that.
Mm-hmm.
But, one side was attacked.
Right. You had, what was it? It was only, 8 banditos or something that were there?
Yeah, I think it's 10 or 12 that actually pulled into the parking lot.
Right.
And that group right there was attacked.
Mm-hmm.
And so, so that's...
And I think it's important to remind people that the only one that faced trial, Jake, it was a mistrial. And they still haven't dropped charges yet, have they? Or are they trying to redo it again?
Yeah. They're going to... He's not going to be retried. I don't think they want to go there again.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't. I don't think he's... I actually don't think he's one of the 27. No, he might be.
Right.
I'm not really sure at this point. But, we don't think he's going to be retried.
Yeah, I can't see after the ass whooping Casey gave them that they're going to retry.
Jake basically owned who he was and said, hey, I was trying to defend myself, my family, my brothers. And there's not a jury in Texas. There is not a jury in Texas that will not say you don't have the right to defend yourself.
Right. Well, what is going on in Texas, by the way, man? You guys are starting to turn a little purple down there, but I'm just jabbing at you.
Yeah.
But, tell everybody about your show, because I really want to get you bumped up on YouTube, because you got the same kind of format I got, and you're a legend within the community. I love your show. I listen to it every week, and let's get some people over to Popeye's channel, so listen what he has to say.
We appreciate it, man, so much. We really do. As Texas Biker Radio News on YouTube, we just switched to that format. So we're getting tired of all the drop calls on Blog Talk Radio. The problems that brings. But whenever you switch formats, it's almost like starting over.
Right.
It really is. So,
an easy way to take calls, and I'll show you it. It's called an iRig 2. Boom, no drop calls whatsoever.
Yeah.
And it just hooks right up into your mixer and stuff like that. But you're on every, Tuesday?
Yeah, well, Tuesday or Wednesday. It depends. I mean, we do a lot outside of the radio show. And we're busy. Like, we're busy right now going to these places where law enforcement, is going to restaurants and other places, like they did in the stockyards, and threatening to turn places, like a restaurant, a bar, whatever, turn them into the TABC, and then have them post a sign, no colors.
So they're basically pulling what they did up the Sturgis to the casinos this past year.
Yeah. So we have, and no colors is every motorcycle club, not just the Banditos, not just the Vagos, not just Mongols, everybody.
Man, it's getting crazy. It's kind of actually, this is the kind of stuff the old fellows used to talk about in the 70s, man, how bad it was.
This is Queensland, is what it is. It's what they set the standard. So even though they're having to backtrack a little over there, we've got it going on here. The thing about it is we say, hey, look, they've been able to vilify us since the 1940s.
Right.
Since the 1940s. One of the reasons they're getting away with it because we've let them.
Exactly. And for those that don't know what Popeye means by Queensland, that's Oz. And they got a thing over there called Strike Force Raptor. And it is freaking nuts out there. You really got to listen to Popeye on what he's talking about when it comes to Queensland.
Yeah. It's an incredible thing, and it's got that thing in there where it says, "Hey, more than 3 people talking." Now over there, you can actually go for prison up to a year for talking to each other.
And those laws have actually, and this is where it does matter for independence, have actually caught up civilians.
Yeah, exactly.
So here they are thinking that, it's just going to be used on these clubs and stuff like that, but it got used on civilians. It's pretty bad over there.
Yeah,
I've done some interviews with Motorsport over there, and it's bad.
Yeah, you got to remember, those countries have no First Amendment.
No, they don't. They don't got a Bill of Rights.
No. They're able to push through some of these things, and it's frightening. That's what it is. I mean, 3 people could be talking about the flavor of ice cream.
Next thing you know, they're in jail for a year.
Exactly.
Well, if people don't think that can happen here, shit, you got California trying to tax Texas now. So if there's a law that, this ain't, and that's one thing we were talking about earlier. I couldn't believe, because I was pretty fumed up about the story that came out about our Green Beret, where they're trying to charge him for doing his duty, if you ask me, for killing that bomb maker that killed 2 of our Marines. Next thing you know, our government's trying to charge him.
I'm telling you, I wish he lived close by, because we would be out there.
Oh, man. You know what? We need to get a rally going for him.
Yeah. I mean, whatever Veterans Motorcycle Club is near him needs to be out there in front of this.
Right. Well, hopefully Trump does something about it. He says he was gonna, so we're going to have to see if he does. But Bikers for Trump at least should be out there, man.
Yeah, they don't need to... they don't need to let the women push them around like they did.
Right.
They need to get out there. They need to get out there and prove their worth.
Right. Instead of looking pretty for the cameras, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Well, great. You know what, Popeye? I really appreciate you coming on the show. And your show is either on Tuesday or Wednesday. And he does have a YouTube channel. You got the YouTube channel, right? Is it Texas Biker Radio, or is it still that long?
Texas Biker Radio News.
Texas Biker Radio
It'll
News.
Come right up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, you guys got to go over to see Popeye. He is one of the biggest experts out here. Him, Double D, all these guys are out there tirelessly working for not only the club community, but they work for biker rights. And these are guys that are the go-to for the information on this type of stuff. You know, personally, Popeye, you know, you're awesome, and I really look up to your show and stuff like that. You set the tone, and, you know, you're based all on facts. You're not on innuendo or anything like that. You don't work on drama, and it's actually a great freaking show, people. So you gotta go see Popeye, call in, talk to him, and you'll really have a fun time on his show.
That's it. If we make a mistake, we own it. we don't try and wiggle our way out like other groups or other like the government does.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I thank you for everything you do, man. I really do.
I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you so much. And everybody have a great day. Ride safe.
You keep on keeping on, Popeye.
All right. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Popeye Moss, man, right there. Like I said, you had people like Popeye with Texas Biker Radio. You got MPP with Double D. You got their lawyers from the Confederation of Clubs. All of them are out there not only for club rights, but they're out there for biker rights. So I guess you guys can call in again if you want. Sorry about that, Spider-Man. I just had to take that call. It was a little late. But if you want to call in, you can. I appreciate everybody on Facebook. I guess I'm finally getting some Facebook messages. Holy cow. Save the patch and the pink taco. That's going to be the new one, fat boy. Hashtag pink taco. That's pretty bad. We got to put a hashtag on that, man, to save it. But hey, the way the world's coming nowadays, you never know. But I am going to be putting that link in the bottom of my description box on the YouTube video, and I'll also go over to Facebook. You guys go, you know what? It's a new thing for them to be doing it on YouTube like we do it with Motorcycle Madhouse. You just get to reach so many different people that you get the word out there, you spread the word, and I think it's a great platform to get stuff out, because it used to be with bikers and stuff like that we had to go to Easy Riders, we had to go to Outlaw Biker Mag, and it was once a month. We didn't know what the hell was going on unless you heard it on the streets and stuff like that. So it's really awesome, these platforms, but at the same time, you get some real idiots. But anyway, I do want to remind you, if you guys have emailed in, I try to get to every email, but I get a couple hundred a day, so it's hard. I try to get through them. So don't think I'm ignoring you guys or anything like that. It's just I got so many I'm trying to get through. You know, I appreciate it just giving me a spot. Let's go back into the chat room, though, here. What do we got going on? East Tennessee in the house. Tom O'Connor, Chi-Town. Gotta love Chi-Town, man. I love it. There was actually, you know what's the problem with Chi-Town, man? Is it's such a beautiful city, but we got dumbasses that run the damn place, man. At least Manuel's going, so that's a good thing. Ironhead, what do we got here? Protest, no chicks with dicks. Exactly. No chicks with dicks. You know, pink tacos all the way. Save the pink taco. Jesus Christ, man. How the hell? You know, I know there's some freaks out there. I really do. I know there's freaks. And hey, what you do behind your bedroom doors is your damn thing. But don't be a freak outside around me or anybody else. That's just all I have to say on that. David Schreiner, Silos, damn right, rock and roll. And if you guys can't tell a guy is in drag, you get what you hand calls for. You know what? Ant's right, man. If you can't tell a dude in dress, something wrong with you. You know, there used to be that one thing. What was that one movie, man? He used to go up there and he'd check him, you know. Save the pink taco. I can't get behind that. I can't get behind it. Right, Charles? What happened into indiscretion? Hey, Spider-Man, sorry for cutting you off, man, but I had to get Popeye on. But I guess whoever was trying to call in ain't call back, man. That's unreal. That sucks. But if there ain't going to be any more call-ins, I'll give it a minute or two, and then I guess I'll just end the show because you guys are boring me. No, I'm just kidding. So, if you guys want to call in, this is the last chance. Crocodile Dundee. That was the movie. He went up there and just tested that to see if there was pink tacos, man. So I better see pink taco, save the pink taco hashtags everywhere, man. Cup check. Lori! My girl. I love my Lori. Love everybody. You guys really did good. You know what? It really made me proud to say that I was able to be a part of that benefit for Neon. You guys kicked freaking ass, man. You guys are the shit. Hashtag fuck the government revolt. Jimmy over at Facebook says, call in, bro. Yeah, somebody call in. You guys want to call in? Let's go. This ain't the easiest thing to keep on going, not knowing what the hell to talk about. Let's see what I can do here. Let's see here. Let's take a question real quick. Well, actually, we're at the hour and 5-minute mark, so I can't do that. So we'll leave that for tomorrow. I actually have one for, what's it called? Tomorrow we're going to be discussing the new term that everybody's using, patch police, whatever the hell that is. It's been a lot of questions and stuff like that on that, so we're just going to do a second video on that. And Mac, how you doing, Mac? Save the patch, you're damn right. Todd was trying to call in. Well, Todd, start calling in if you're calling in, man. You got a couple minutes, man. Other than that, Dodge, thanks for that, man. I really appreciate that. Thanks for all the super chats and stuff. You guys are awesome. The super chats, I use that to go towards more equipment for the show. Right now, actually, all the super chat money that we get, we're putting aside for a phone system. That way you guys don't hear the beep when there's multiple callers coming in. But again, those phone systems are pretty expensive, so we're saving up. Does Taco Bell sell pink tacos? I don't think so, Alvin. They should. Don't think I'd want that dollar menu. You guys are all cool, man. You're awesome, man. You guys, one of these days, man, you guys are going to have to party with me. I got to party with Sinister and Spider-Man, and it was really cool, them coming out and seeing us and stuff like that. But, well, I guess that is it for tonight, everybody. It was a good show, informative. I want to thank Popeye Moss for coming on the show from Texas Biker Radio. Again, go check him out on YouTube. You'll love it. You'll love his show. It's just like, he's a radio format just like me. I like the radio format better than the other kind of stuff like that. And, I just think it's more personable, more fun and stuff like that. So, but with that, guys, you guys be safe, be careful, stay cool, and smoke a couple for me. Puff, puff, pass. Don't break the rules. And you all have a good day now.